Welcome to this presentation today, the Facebook Ads Alternative Web Class. The Facebook Ads Alternative Web Class. I don't need to tell you or start explaining what Facebook Ads mean, all right? If you've been running some kind of business in recent times and you've been using Facebook to, boost and grow your business, you must have been frustrated by the lot of nonsense Facebook throw at us, and sometimes it leaves us at the point of having no option. We just have to dance, and sometimes people run out of business. As a matter of fact, some persons I know are even considering going back to their village because Facebook have actually dealt blow to them, to their business, that they hardly even could find money to pay and continue running their business. So today, that is why we're bringing you the Facebook Ads Alternative so that you can bounce back and even get 5 times better results. So once again, welcome to the Facebook Ads Alternative Web Class, which is strictly from how generating over 1.29 billion naira in revenue, 1.29 billion naira in revenue in 6 short months, not in 6 years, right? For himself and his clients, helped this Google certified partner. Now mark those keywords, Google certified partner, for you to, get the attention of Google, and they have to, put their stamp of authority on you. That means you know actually what you're doing, right? So how generating over 1.29 billion naira in revenue in 6 months for himself and his clients helped this Google certified partner uncover 4 deadly mistakes that stop people from getting profitable results from their Google ads. By now, you should know where we are going to and why you should pay closer attention, right? So you can learn this today, and you can use that to get 1,000 orders to your business. I don't care what you do, e-commerce, you sell physical products or you sell digital products. You can get this today, and you can use that to get over 1,000 orders to your business in a month. Maybe that should be your first time 1,000 orders, whatever it is, but you can get it at even a cheaper rate and effortlessly this time around, okay? Spending just $0.32 per order. And sometimes I won't mention this dollar. Some people feel, oh, it's dollar, that should be very, very high. But then let's see how much is an equivalent of $0.32. How much? That's about 132 naira. Imagine getting an order to your business, maybe something that pays you from 10,000, 20,000, 4,000 naira in profit, and then you're spending just 132 naira to get them. How much do you think? Do you think you would ever go broke? Now, this is not some wishy-washy marketer. People tell, of course, you should know anybody who can jump on my platform should be somebody that is somehow, to a great extent, verifiable, and somebody that know their onions. All right. And that is why I make sure I extract every information and make sure this guy doing this is what and will be worth jumping on my platform. And guess what? This guy has more than enough proof to even silence a dumb and deaf guy, right? Or convince a dumb and deaf guy. So on the screen right now is a screenshot of his 1.2 billion naira in revenue in just 6 months. You can see some of the breakdown up there. 136 million impressions, 877,000 clicks, and then he converted 58.7 thousand. Now imagine if he's selling a product of 22,000 naira, and that's exactly what he's selling. Multiply that by 58.7 thousand. My brothers and my sisters, this is real money, and you can do this only if you pay close and rapt attention. You can do this, and you shouldn't doubt the possibility of doing this. You can only doubt if you do not know the 2 persons bringing you this. And yeah, I'm the host, Pat Ogidi, and of course, I go for substance. I go for, what is worth it. And my guest today is Ogidi. I don't know if I get that pronunciation right. Ogidi Oluwole, and he is the Google certified ads specialist. When you say Google certified, Google has found him worthy to, like, he has a page. Google has a page for him, for his business, for his company. And no wonder international guys, people who spend millions in advertising, contact him. He handles their advertising. They won't even mind you, an African staying in Nigeria, if you are not. Google doesn't say this guy is worth his onion. Anybody can trust him. We've given him our seal of authority. Feel free to deal with him. Feel free to do any business with him. And that is exactly why he has these people coming his way. All right. And yeah, this is a screenshot of that. This is actually on Google. It's a link on Google. I was supposed to put a link down so you can go if you're doubting Thomas. His company is Oja's Web Digital Company. And this is it. Google said the Google Partner Badge is awarded to companies with Google Ads skill and expertise. So if Google would say this, who the hell are you? Who the hell is Ogidi? Not to have this guy, not to have this guy come into my circle to teach my people. Here we are. But then again, you should have a couple of questions in you right now. Why Google AdSense? Why not Facebook? Why Google ads? Why Google ads? Now, I'll give you a couple of reasons. Google ads allows you to target using a whole lot of targeting methods, right? Now, Facebook, whether we like it or not, is not a place people go to seek for solutions. Facebook are a place people go to chill, have fun, and while away time, right? Yeah, we'll just find a way to now advertise and all that. But Google strictly is for solution. When people say, when you ask some kind of crazy question, they say go to Google. Or when you do some kind of when you feel in a way that you are too knowledgeable, say, are you Mr. Google? That means Google is known and reputable for giving solutions. So more people coming to Google to search for anything are ready buyers. Now, when you can position yourself and your ad in front of them, it means that they would easily click and get to your site and buy. Now, what that also means is that if you find how to get this done, every piece and bits and pieces of the process, put them together, you have high chances of making more money. Now, you shouldn't be surprised why Mr. Jajuni gets those powerful, wicked, awesome results. Now, another reason again why we want to consider Google ad is because, yes, it's the biggest website in the world, bigger than Facebook. I guess you may not know this. It's the biggest website in the world. And this is great for a business owner like you. You can target the phrases, how to last long in bed. You can just target that as in your ad or whatever. He'll be talking more about that today. And boom, you go there and when people see it and when they're searching on it and they click on it and they see your ad and click on it, you are sure they are buying, more people buying than all those time wasters on Facebook who click through and they say, oh, I thought it's free. I thought Mark Zuckerberg is making it free. And a host of other reasons. It helps you reduce time wasted on non-purchasing leads, like I've just explained, right? Now, in this presentation, we have one goal. But before that, I would like you to, comment box by the right-hand side of the PC if you're mobile, if you're a PC, or below this webinar window, this webinar video window if you're on PC or if you're on mobile, type in your name and where you're watching from, so I know I'm not just talking to myself here, so I know I'm talking to people who actually want to hear from me today. So type in your name. My name is Patrick Ogidi and I'm coming from and I'm watching from blah blah blah. So just put it in there so I know exactly I'm talking to humans. Yeah, now do that while I continue. Now, our goal in this presentation is to show you how to not run out of business, how to not kill your business because of Facebook. All right, I got a lot of calls from people. As a matter of fact, what even made me in search of this guy to go pull him to myself and get him to do this is because I've had more calls in recent times than ever from people who are getting frustrated by Facebook for no reason. You think you've done everything in their policy and all of a sudden they slam you with block you. You appeal, they tell you our decision is final and it's final. Then you open again another account, they block and block and block. You become frustrated. Now, if you have an option, you won't be that frustrated. And that's why I think this presentation is very, very timely today. Now, if you stay to the end of this presentation, you're not only going to learn these 4 daily mistakes so that you avoid them, jump on this not new, Google ad platform and blow your business, right? You're not only going to learn these 4 daily mistakes that have forced many people to remain slaves of Mr. Zuckerberg. But then, if you stay to the end, I'm going to be handing you something I call the Google Ads Pro checklist. It is not mine. It is his. Mr. Ojajuni's, one of his top materials, all right? He calls it one of his best kept secrets. Google Ads Pro checklist. What it means is that you have a run-through checklist. You want to run ad. Oh, this one, yes, good. This one, yes, good. So when you run through them, I'm good to run my ads to run it. Now, like, he saves you lots of stress and time. I mean, he said if he wants to put a price to that, that means he would sell it in 6 figures, But I said, oh, I want to really make sure that people who are serious get even better value. So if you watch to the end of this presentation, you're going to be getting access to this material, right? You're going to be getting access to this material, Google Ads Pro checklist. And this is what it looks like. Although it's blurred, you won't get it right now until when you watch to the end of this presentation. Yes, this presentation can actually help you rewrite your failure stories when it has to do with ad for good. It would help you. I'm very, very sure about that. I can hold my chest and beat my chest and say that. Yeah. I can hold my chest and beat my chest and say, yes, this presentation can help you get that. And it can actually help you get 1,000 orders in a day. It is limitless. Like, the possibilities and potentials are limitless. It can help you get 1,000 orders in a day if you follow what you'll be learning in this presentation today. Of course, you should know it's not just anybody talking to you here. This is somebody who has generated over 1.2 billion in the last 6 months from something he wants to teach you. If there's anybody to listen to, it should be this guy, as a matter of fact, right? Now, I think I've been talking a lot about this. I think it's well enough time I bring him in so that he can, get this going right now, because I can see some of you already getting jittery. I want to learn this. My business is suffering. All right, so the Google certified partner himself, the Google Ads man himself, who is he? You want to know first, who is this guy about to talk to me? Why should I listen to him? Well, his name is Ogidi Oluwole. I'm not Yoruba, so pardon me. And he's a Google partner with that badge. Google gave him that badge, yeah? Sorry. Ogidi Oluwole, I call him the Mr. Google ad. He breathes, he eats Google. Now, there's one thing about life for me. Anything you do consistently, whether it's on the good side or on the bad side, you become an authority in it, right? If I must respect you, if you see me respect anybody, it means they've been in something for a long time. They may have failed for a long time, and then they started seeing results. That's compound, what they call it now. It's as a matter of their failures, the lessons they've learned in the process, and now it is manifesting in what they are doing right now. So for somebody to have done something for getting to close to 6 years, the person deserves to be listened to, whether on the good side or on the bad side. All right, that's actually why people like Bob Risky get attention. He has been that misbehaving all this for a long time. People didn't give him attention, but right now he's the one getting attention, getting endorsements. It's very crazy, but that is actually the rule of life. Consistency, nature rewards consistency. So that is one reason Mr. Oluwole is qualified to even teach you. Forget about the 1 billion results here, because he has been in this, he has made a lot of mistakes, lost money, and learnt a lot, and those are the things to be showing you today. So who exactly is Mr. Ogidi Oluwole? He's the CEO of Ojas Web Digital Solution, a foremost digital marketing company in Nigeria, recognized by Google, right? You saw the stamp there. It's on Google's website. You can actually see it there. He's one of the first 10 persons in Nigeria to be certified by Google. One of the first 10 to be certified Google partners in Nigeria. And he owns an 8-figure ad agency. By ad agency, he runs ad for multinationals. He spent as high as $1 million in ad monthly, not for just himself, but for clients as well. For somebody who spends that much in ad, then you should understand that he's not somebody, he's getting results. Else they can't be throwing money at him to be wasting. All right. And he has spent more than $2.5 million on advertising, managing accounts for himself and clients all over the world. He generated over revenue of over 10 million naira for himself and clients. Did I say 10 million? Sorry, $10 million. And I'm saying naira. The most active Google advertiser in Nigeria. You can go or hop on YouTube to check more about him. He's the only person that teaches people how to advertise restricted products and services like cannabis, arms, CBD oils, tech repair services. All these things are by default banned by Google. You can't advertise them on the platform. But you get to a point where you begin to learn. You learn a lot of things that make you break the law and get congratulated for that. So this guy can show you if you've been trying to sell anything that Facebook or Google doesn't approve of. Now this guy is a go-to guy. More reason you should listen to him right today, right? And he's happily married. In Africa, whether I would like it or not, when somebody married, they say, now you're a gentleman. I don't even know where that brain comes from, but that's just it. He's happily married. I asked my dad said yes. He has some kind of, there's some kind of sense in it, because some things you would do and run away and maybe run to Malawi, you wouldn't do them now, because if you run to Malawi, except you take all your family, they will come and pick your children. So that alone will make you become a gentleman, even if it's by fake, kind of fake gentleman. But then you're a gentleman, So he has a son and a beautiful wife at that, and he's currently building his second home. Good. Now to the meat of the matter. How exactly was generating over 1.2 billion naira in revenue in 6 months for himself and clients helped him, uncover these 4 deadly mistakes that can help you today? How exactly? Now, the big question before I bring him on is, how would you feel, waking up every morning without the worries of having to drive traffic to your business? Like, you're waking up in the morning and one of your prayer points is not, oh God, make them no block my Facebook account. and then when you're logging into your Facebook account, you're holding yourself and watch and imagining not to see that your ad has been disabled message, right? Now imagine you going to sleep knowing that your ad, your traffic is going good from from Google, the biggest website in the world, to your business. How would you feel? Let me know how you feel. Would you feel cool or would you feel bad? Put it in the comment box for me there. Now, ultimately, how would you feel, especially if you're in our circle, e-com guys, right? 50 to 60, 100 orders daily. How would that mean? What would that mean to your business? Even 1,000 orders. What would that mean to your business? Imagine 1,000 orders to your business daily. The other day on my Facebook page, I posted 1,000 orders daily. And I had one of the biggest comments that day. A lot of people were saying, how can this be possible? Mr. Pa, show us and all that. The truth is, it is very, very possible. You learn the strategy and then you scale. That is not actually what all this presentation is all about. But then just know it at the back of your mind, heart, that 1,000 orders per day is possible. Impossibility is nothing. All right. Yeah. What about per day 1,000 orders? Some person has said, that one too much. What about weekly? Still very good. What about even monthly? Still cool. So we don't make up to 200 orders per month, and then you're doing 1,000. Man, calculate what that means to your business. Even if you're selling something and your profit is 10K, 100 orders means 1 million naira. 1,000 orders means 10 million naira. What would that mean to your business? Now, what profit range would you be expecting with such amounts of orders? With a gross profit of say 7K, I'm just putting it on the low. That's like 7 million naira. You can actually do even more than that, right? If you pay close attention today. And on that note, I'm saying, kill every form of distraction. Turn off your cell phone, shut down social media, turn off the TV, then pay 100% attention, because if you miss this opportunity, you've missed something that could have changed the game for you. And I'm not going to be saying more than that, right? Definitely, you should have questions in the course of this presentation. There's a box by the right-hand side of the presentation. If you're on PC, you can type in your questions there. If you're on mobile phone, it's right below this video. You can type in your question there at any time and push it in. It won't disrupt the presentation for you, right? It's not always nice, breaking the presentation. It may make the speaker even forget himself, right? So I'll make out time at the end of the day, and I would even try my best to maybe collate the questions and then ask him myself at the end of the event, right? So we are good. In any case, we do not even have the chance of doing that. The message will come to us as email, and he will take his time and reply you, and you can stack up a conversation from there. So, if you are ready, here are a few disclaimers like I've always done. My lawyer always advised I do this, right? Even though that lazy guy who does nothing for me, he's there hungry actually, but then he has his own lawyer to tell you how critical and bad he could be. He said, I should tell you guys that we'll do our best to walk you through the strategy, but understand that our results and that of our students, any results you see us put out here today, are not typical. The average person who attends a training like this gets 0 results. Action, action, action makes the difference. However, we'll be happy to show you exactly what's working for us today for free. And note at the back of your mind that this is not MMM or get rich quick scheme or that lady from Abuja who is always sending me message on Facebook, have I heard about the new investment, blah blah blah. It's none of those. This is what it is. Serious business. And with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm handing over the floor to Mr. Ojajuni, the Google ad man himself. Now tell us, Mr. Ojajuni, what really is Google ad all about? And one question my audience that's really burning in their mind right now is, how can a total noob, somebody who hasn't actually done this before, profitably drive their business using Google advertising? So go ahead, tell us, Mr. Ojajuni. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick Ogidi, for giving me the opportunity to speak to your audience. This means a lot to me, and I promise at the end of this webinar, everyone will be able to say, wow, this is a life-changing opportunity. I'm gonna make this very interesting, and this is gonna be evidence-based training. I'm gonna show you what you are doing wrong and why you are not getting the best result from your Google Ads. And if you have not been using Google Ads, this is another opportunity for you to start using Google Ads, because what you're going to learn in this particular webinar is gonna change everything for you for good. This is going to be interesting. But if you are not sure of the kind of result people are getting on Google Ads, you might be among the people that are asking what kind of results are obtainable with Google Ads. And for that, I am going to start this presentation by showing you some of the possible things you can get with Google Ads. And I believe when you get to know about this, you will be able to determine whether you should go ahead and use Google Ads or not. And I believe almost everyone will be determined to use Google Ads, because these are realistic data that will change the game for you. So let's see the kind of result we have been able to get on Google Ads over the last 6 months. You can see the data here. In case you don't understand what you're seeing on my dashboard, this is a data from my active Google Ads account, and you can see here we have the impressions, we have the clicks, we have the conversions, and we have the cost on advertising. That is over the period of 6 months. Now you can see here at the top right corner here, I have over 145 million naira in advertising. That is the money spent on advertising in the last 6 months. But you might be wondering, how much do they make from this kind of money if they can spend that much on advertising? Then look at the data in my left hand side here. We have over 58,000 conversions during this period of time, and the average value for each conversion is 22,000 naira. Now if you multiply 22,000 naira by 58,700, you will realize the amount we were able to generate from this particular advertising in the last 6 months was 1.29 billion naira. That is huge. I believe everyone will be shocked when they hear that kind of figure, and that is what is actually possible with the help of Google Ads. That is not the end of what I want to show you. I still have some more data to show you to let you know that Google Ads is actually working, and if you do it the right way, it's gonna be a game changer for you. This huge success is possible with some advanced tweaks. That is what I want you to know. You have to understand this. Don't, because you see the figures in the previous slide, and start rushing to Google to start putting money in your advert, start advertising the wrong way. I want you to see the advanced tweaks, and that is what this particular webinar is all about, so that you get to know what you are doing wrong and what you need to do in order to get this kind of result with your Google Ads. So let's go to the next slide. This is another interesting data I want to show you. You can see over 49,000 conversions generated in less than 6 months. This is for a particular account, and this account, you can see the cost per conversion is just about 175 naira. You can see this kind of result is actually possible, and it is possible not for a limited period of time, it is for a period of 6 months. You can see now, if we are getting this for a period of 6 months, that is proving to you that this is something that is actually working. And if you are going to apply the strategies we are going to talk in this particular webinar, it's gonna be a game changer for you. Don't doubt that, because this is what we have been doing for a very long time. So this is another data you need to see, and this is kind of result you can get with Google advertising. So let's go. This is another data, and you can see in the last 6 months as well, you can see the amount of conversion we get from this particular account, and you can see the amount of money we spend on advertising. Now you might be wondering, is this even possible with e-commerce? Because I know a lot of people are in the e-commerce business, and you want to know if this kind of result is obtainable with e-commerce businesses. And that is why I want to show you another mind-blowing data from our e-commerce advertising account. So this success is replicated on e-commerce website, and that is why I want to show you some data from e-commerce website now, so that you can see that Google Ads is not limited to maybe a subscription based website or lead capturing business. It's also working for every kind of businesses you might have, meaning you advertising your real estate business, your adult product, or whatsoever you have to advertise on the internet. Google will work well for you, and that is why I'm going to show you this. Now look at this data. This is very, very interesting. You might not understand this data, but this data was captured from Google Analytics. And if you look at it here, you see how are your Google ad campaign performing. That is telling you the data you are seeing here is the data from Google Advert, and that is what you're seeing. This is real money. This is the amount of money we have been able to generate from this particular Google Ads account. Now you can look at it here. We have the numbers of click, which is 145,000, and we have the revenue 252,000 US dollars in revenue. But that is not the only thing you should look at here. Look at the amount of money we spent on advertising. This is a fraction of the amount of money we make in revenue. Now look at the performance. This is for the period of January 2018 and February 2021. As you can see on the right side, we generated over 113 million naira from just 10 million naira in advertising. This is not hypothetical data. This is data from Google Analytics, and that is telling you what we are getting directly from our Google ads. That is not the end. This is just one of the e-commerce businesses we're managing, and this is showing you what is possible with your Google advertisement. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because you might be asking what kind of results are obtainable with Google Ads, and that is why before I go into the details of the advanced tricks that is going to change the game for you, I want you to see what is possible with Google Ads. And that is why I have shown you some data previously, and I'm now showing you the data from e-commerce businesses that are doing amazingly well with Google Ads. Let's go to the next slide. As you can see, the next slide, we have another huge data from Google Ads. How are your Google Ads campaign performing? Now look at the clicks. We have 78,000 clicks and we have 181,000 revenue. But you might ask, how much did we spend on advert to get this kind of revenue? Now look at the cost. We spent less than 6 million naira in this particular account, and we generated 81 million naira in revenue. Now you can see this has proven to you that Google Ads can work for any kind of business you might be advertising on the internet. If you are in the affiliate marketing, you are in the real estate business, or you are selling health products, Google Ads will work for you. And these are the data I want to show you to let you know that if you are using Google Ads the right way, you will be getting amazing result. And that is what I have for you. Now, I believe everyone likes the success displayed in the previous slides. Who doesn't? I like this kind of result I'm seeing, and that is why I can talk about it. If you are seeing horrible results, nobody will like it. And likewise myself, if I see terrible result, I will immediately look away from that particular result because I don't like to associate myself with failure. That is why if I'm seeing all kind of positive result, I am always excited to look at such result, and I believe everyone likes those results. However, what about those people that are not getting the kind of result that I showed in the previous slides? People who are getting horrible results and getting depressed, frustrated every day, and they are about to lose their online business. What about those people? Let me show you some data. Now look at this data. This person actually got 3 leads and they spent over $42 on advert. You can see this person gets only 3 leads from 1,640 clicks. That is ridiculous. 3 leads from 1,640 clicks. That tells you that this person doesn't know what he's doing, and if you continue this way, this person is ready to move back to the village. I'm not hyping this, I'm telling you the fact, because this person will burn his money on advert without getting the result he's looking for. Imagine if a lead is worth 20,000 naira and he's spending this huge amount to get 1 lead. He's spending about 19,000 naira to get 1 lead. That is suicidal. So you don't want to associate yourself with this kind of failure, and that is why I want to show you this. If you are seeing very good results, I know a lot of people who have done it the wrong way and they have gotten terrible results, and these kind of people are already frustrated. And I'm showing you this so that you know that it is not green for everyone. So If you see people who are doing it the right way and getting the best results, just like the one I've shown you previously, you want to learn what they are doing, and that is what this webinar is all about. So let's go to the next slide. Now, this is another slide I really love, and I want to tell you a brief story about how these slides come into play. This is an email I got from a client I have been working with since 2016. Now, there are some situations that people go to Google and they start seeing different kind of recommendations and they start applying, and that is what this client actually did. This client applied some recommendations, and in just one day he spent several hundred US dollars without getting any single result. Desperately has to go back to my email and send a message to me so that I can go back and fix the error in the account. He never told me before he went ahead to apply recommendations, but when he realized that he's about losing his business, he has to tell me to go and correct whatever problem he caused in the account. That is just to tell you there are many people who are in this situation, and at the end of the day they will tell you that Google ad is not working, or whatever the huge result you are seeing, people are just hyping it. That is not the truth. The truth is that not everyone knows the road, and that is why you want to follow only those people who knows the road and they are ready to show you the road, just the way I'm going to show you everything in this webinar. Let's go to the next slide. Now, like I said, many people are doing it the wrong way and they are losing money, and these are the people who are crying for help. You might be among the people who are crying for help, and that is why you made it to this particular webinar, and that is why I am going to take my time to show you some amazing secrets that will help you to change the game for your Google ads and start getting massive results from Google. So let's go. Now, before I start talking about some tricks, some advanced strategies I use to get the kind of massive result I showed you previously, I want you to know that even if you have been hit very hard on Google, it will still work for you if you pay attention to the secrets I'm going to reveal to you, and if you are ready to implement, allow me to take you by hand and show you how I changed the game for my clients and for myself. Fortunately, this is not going to be only for people who have been using Google Ads. It's going to work for you even if you have never used Google Ads before. So this is going to be for those who have been using Google Ads and those who are just hearing about Google Ads in this webinar. You see the amazing opportunity, you wouldn't want to miss it. So let's go to the next slide and see what happened. So now I'm going to introduce you to the topic for the day, and that is why I call it 4 sinful mistakes that make your Google Ads sucks. For people who have not started using Google Ads, you will be asking, how am I making mistakes when I have not started using Google Ads? This is because when you start using Google Ads, just like those who rush down to YouTube to watch some terrible fast videos and come to Google to start implement what they like, you are likely gonna run into the same problem that those people who have been making errors on Google Ads and they are complaining that Google Ads is not working for them. So these 4 sinful mistakes is the major reasons why most people are not getting any result from Google Ads, and I want to talk about the mistakes here, and I will give you the solutions to all of these mistakes, and I believe at the end of this webinar it's gonna be a game changer for you. But why do I call these sinful mistakes? You are not committing any crime for making these mistakes, but why do I call it sinful? Let me tell you the reason why I call it sinful. Now, the number one reason why I call these 4 mistakes sinful mistakes is because 1, you will be burning your money. Now, imagine you just carry all your money and you throw it into the fire. You are not going to recover anything, and that is the number one reason why I call it sinful mistake. When you are burning your money, you are not helping anyone. If you give the money to beggars on the street, they are going to appreciate you hugely, but if you burn the money, you are not going to benefit from it and you are not helping anyone, and that is sinful because you are wasting resources that should have been used to improve the life of people around you and yourself. So that is the number one reason why I call it sinful mistake. Now imagine you will also be making Google richer if you don't know what you are doing, and if you are committing this kind of mistakes, Google is extremely wealthy. You can see the graph of Google's resources since 2002 till 2020. Google has the money. Now imagine you that has maybe just a few bucks and you just throwing it at Google and you are becoming poorer while Google is becoming richer. You can see the reason why Google will become richer. The graph is in favorable condition to Google. Why you that doesn't know what you are doing, you just be throwing the money at Google, you'll be getting poorer while Google becomes richer. So you don't want to make this sinful mistake. That is why you come here to watch this webinar so that you can get the life-changing strategies from people who have been doing it the right way, and this is gonna change your business. Let's go to the next slide and see what I have. You will start calling everything online scam. This is another reason why I call it sinful. Imagine now, you sweat, you work so hard, you sweat to make your money, and somebody start calling you a Yahoo boy. How would you feel about that? You wouldn't like it at all, because it's like blackmailing. They are telling you, or they are telling people about you something that is not true about you. Now, imagine somebody calling you scam when you are actually doing legitimate work. That is sin. So you don't want to find yourself in among those people who will be calling every online opportunity scam. If you are doing it the wrong way, you might be among the people who will be calling everything online scam. But I want to show you what might lead to that particular situation why we'll be calling people scam. And that is why when you watch this webinar to the very end, you will see the mistakes and you will be able to avoid these mistakes, and you will be able to get the best result when you start implementing the strategies on your Google ad. Now that you have seen the reasons why I call these mistakes sinful mistakes, you will be asking, what are the mistakes you are making that is preventing you from getting the best result from your Google ads? This particular question will lead to the next slide. What are the mistakes? Let's go to the first mistakes in my slide, and I will explain to you why these mistakes are costing you a lot of money on advertising without getting the result you're looking for. So the first one I have on my slide is you don't know the right objective to use and your campaign is terribly structured. Now imagine you go to the market and you want to buy some stuff. You buy tomatoes, you buy fish, you buy vegetables, you buy all kind of things, you buy red oil and everything, and you put everything together and you're bringing it home. And before you get home, maybe your tomatoes burst, your red oil burst, everything. Then some of the products you have in your basket, everything just spoiled. This is not going to make you happy because you end up wasting your money and the resources you labored for. You don't want this to happen to you, and that is why if you are not doing the right thing, you don't select the right objective, and your campaign is terribly structured, that is the first pathway to failure on Google Ad. Forget whatever people might tell you, just go ahead and do it. If you are doing it that way, you are on your pathway to failure, and that is the number one mistake that I've seen many people making, that is costing them money on Google Ad without getting the result they are looking for. Now look at this particular campaign. You can see in this campaign, this person have one ad, this person have one campaign, one ad group, one ad, and maybe about 100 keywords. Maybe you are in that situation. You might have something like that in your account, or you might have seen people doing this thing before. You have one campaign, you have one ad group, one ad, and you have about 100 keywords. Some has as much as 1,000 keywords. I have actually seen someone that has more than 10,000 keywords in a single campaign. Managing this particular campaign is a hell. Is a hell, because this is going to exhaust all your effort and you are not going to arrive in any positive result. If you are in this situation, you are not helping yourself, you are not helping the platform, because if you are not making money from the platform, you will definitely stop using the platform. And that is why you see some people telling you that Google is not working. If you are in this situation, you are definitely going to be among the people who will be telling you that Google is not the best place to advertise. But don't forget that Google is the number one website in the world. Google has been the number one website that people visit almost everywhere in the world. If I ask you about your name, if you can't remember, I can even tell you to go and ask Google, because Google is that popular. Now let's go to the next slide. look at this campaign structure. This particular account has two campaigns, ad group 1A, ad group 1B, ad group 2A, ad group 2B, and under each ad group we have ad A, ad B, and we have a couple of keywords. This account is properly structured, and what I mean structure is that you can easily log into this account and see what is going on, and you can easily know what is working and what is not working. This is different from the previous slide where you see the account has just one campaign, one ad group, or one ad, and maybe several keywords. That is the wrong way of doing it. The right way of doing it is to have your account properly structured with the right objective for your campaign. So why does your campaign objective really matters? This is a question I expect everybody to ask, because I have seen people, whenever they go to Google to create campaign, the first thing they choose is their objective is to get sales, and they just go ahead and select sales. And the major reason why your campaign objective matters is because it defines the bid strategies available to the campaign, and we have the major effect on your average cost per click. Now, we have different bidding strategies on Google Ads. If you are not using the right bidding strategy for your campaign, you will get high cost per click for your ad, and you will not get the numbers of conversion you are looking for. And at the end of the day, this will not be profitable for your business. And that is why your campaign objective is very, very important if you're going to get it right with Google Ads. So, which campaign objective should I use? This will be determined by your campaign type, the landing page, and your daily advertising budget. For example, if your campaign type is video, choosing conversion as the objective might not work well for you, because the video metrics is different from what you have on Google search on the display network. So you have to understand this before you just go ahead and choose one objective for your campaign, and at the end of the day you start complaining that Google ad is not working, or the result they are showing you is just to scam people. You are the one making the mistake, so you need to correct yourself. So that is the first mistake I see a lot of people making, that is making their Google ads suck. The second mistake, you are using the right bidding strategy at the wrong time. You might ask, what is the right bidding strategy, and how am I using the right bidding strategy at the wrong time? You can use the right bidding strategy at the wrong time if you don't understand what that bidding strategy is all about. For example, target cost per action is used to help you get the most conversions at a particular amount. Now, if you are selling something that is worth 20,000 naira, you might want to be getting your conversion at maybe less than 500 naira, because you also have some money that you spend in purchasing the product and also handling the logistics. So you want to be getting conversion at maybe 500 naira. Now imagine you just start using Google ads and you set up your campaign, you started using target CPA and you set up 500 naira, and Google doesn't have any conversion history to help you optimize your campaign to get the result you are looking for. You will end up spending that 500 naira without getting any single conversion, and at the end of the day, the reason for the failure is not because the product is not good or Google ads is not working. It is just because you use the wrong bidding strategy at the right time, or let me say you use the right bidding strategy at the wrong time. So doing the right thing at the wrong time is disastrous. For example, take a look at this picture. These are lovers. Is this the right time to start giving themselves handshake when they are riding bicycle? Both of them may end up falling into the pit, and that is disastrous for the earth, because that is not the right time for them to do that. I intentionally use this because when you use some bidding strategy, those bidding strategies mean well for your business, but because you are using them at the wrong time, they are going to cost you more money without getting you the conversion you are looking for. So take a look at this account. For example, I intentionally bring this account so that you can see what I'm talking about. This account is very new on Google Ads, and this account doesn't have conversion tracking configured. So you can see here now, I'm at the conversion page, and you can see there's no single conversion tracking in this account. However, if I decide to start creating campaign in this account and I start using maximize conversions as my bidding strategy or target cost per action, what conversion am I telling Google to be using as the benchmark for them to be able to give me the best value for my money? I don't have any conversion in this account. So if I'm using maximize conversion or target CPA, I'm simply using the right bidding strategy at the wrong time, and this is going to cost me more money without giving me the result I'm looking for. So that is another reason why your campaign objective and your bidding strategy is very important. I mentioned when I talk about campaign objective that your campaign objective will determine the type of bids that is going to be available for you in that particular campaign. And when you are using the right bidding strategy at the wrong time, it's going to cost you more money and you are not going to get the result. And this is another sinful mistake that people make that makes their Google ads sucks. You don't want to make this mistake, and I believe you have learned about the mistakes now and you know what to do to stop making such mistakes in your Google Ads account. So let's go to the next slide. Now I am on the third mistake. You are applying every single Google Ads recommendation without caution. I mentioned in one of the slides about a client of mine who went ahead and started applying recommendations without notifying me. At the end of the day, he ended up paying $700 in a single day without getting one conversion. $700 is approximately 300,000 naira. You spend 300,000 naira without getting any conversion, your business is about to collapse. I'm very serious about this. Don't try that, and that is why you have to understand what you are doing before you start applying any recommendation you see in your Google Ads account. Not one thing for sure, Google will never stop giving recommendations in your account. They will continue to show you recommendations now and then so that they can make more money from you irrespective of your own status. If you are not making money on Google, that doesn't mean that Google will not show you more recommendation. And if you think because these recommendations is coming from Google and you continue to apply them, you are on your pathway to failure on Google. Look at this account, for example. Google gives recommendation. The first recommendation at the left hand side is about your bidding and budget. The next one is about your targeting keywords, and the third one is about ad extensions. The reason why I do not apply any of these three recommendations is because they are not useful for my goal. Now, before you apply any recommendation, you must understand what this recommendation is all about and the effect it's going to have on your account. For example, this particular account, Google is suggesting I increase the budget and change the bid to something else which I know quite well it's not going to work well for me, and I don't have the kind of budget they are advising me to increase my budget to. So that first recommendation is off. I don't need it. I will simply ignore that recommendation or dismiss it. The next recommendation is about the keyword and targeting. Now, every now and then Google will be telling you to add more keywords to your ad. They will be recommending more and more keywords. And this is one of the reasons why you will see people having more than 10,000 keywords in their campaign, because they don't stop applying Google's recommendation. And this can be disastrous because at the end of the day, they will not be able to manage their account again, and they will end up wasting money, burning their money without getting the result they're looking for. And they start calling everybody that is showing them positive results on Google as scam. Don't find yourself among that particular people. You want to do it the right way. And that is why you have been able to watch this webinar to this particular point. The third extension in this particular slide is the one recommending I add ad extensions. It's telling me to add site link extension where I am actually sending people to a single page website. Now, if I'm sending people to a single page website and you are asking me to add site link extension, can you see the contradiction? I don't need it because it's not going to work for my business, and that is why I will simply ignore this particular recommendation. So you can see the reason why you need to understand the recommendation before you apply any of it to your campaign. Applying recommendations to your campaign without understanding will end up putting you in problem. You end up wasting your money and making Google richer while you become poorer. Don't find yourself in that situation. Do the right thing and Google will work for you. So let's go to the next slide. Now the next slide is where I'm going to talk about the fourth mistake, and this is going to be the end of the mistakes, and I'm going to show you some more amazing things and how you can start getting the best result from your Google ad. Now the fourth mistake is you don't just understand your target audience enough. Yes, you don't understand your target audience enough because you just think maybe the next thing is just to go to Google and set up your campaign and you start getting the best result. It doesn't work that way. It is just like you selling ice water when there's extreme cold outside. You are not going to get any sales. You are not, in fact, you yourself, you cannot even drink part of the water because you will not be feeling thirsty. When there's extreme cold and you are selling ice water, you are just targeting the wrong audience for your business. So you don't want to be in that situation. That is why you need to understand your audience. And this is the fourth mistake a lot of people make. They don't understand their audience enough, and at the end of the day, they end up wasting their money on Google. Among the audience that you are seeing on the screen now, you have to be able to tell which person is the best audience for your business and whether this is going to be the person you should target or not. I have seen a lot of people targeting people between 18 and 20 years in Nigeria. Meanwhile, even many people above 30 years in Nigeria cannot afford some product that is worth 50,000 naira. Whereas I have seen a lot of advertisers selling product that is worth 100,000 naira and advertising it to people who are in secondary school in Nigeria. That is wrong audience targeting. You don't want to find yourself in that situation, because if you are in that situation, you are going to stop using Google and you are going to be among the people that will be complaining that Google ad is not working, whereas you are the one that is doing the wrong thing. So you don't want to be in that situation. And there are some important things you need to know about your audience, which I'm going to mention in the next slides. Now, the first one is, if you are advertising on Google search, for example, some keywords are informational, some are academical, and some are shopping in nature. You have to understand this. For example, if you are selling sneakers on your website, you probably want someone who is looking for how to produce sneakers to see your advert. Now, take a look at this particular keyword, how to produce sneakers. I bolded the produce because that is the keyword that is going to end up resulting in wasting of your money. You are selling sneakers on your website and someone is looking for how to produce sneakers. Now, despite the fact that you have sneakers on your keyword, produce is not good for your keyword, because the person who is looking for how to produce this is likely going to be your competitor. And if your competitor is seeing your advert and they are clicking on it, imagine if one click is costing you maybe $0.2 and maybe you have about 100 clicks from this type of keyword, you end up wasting your money without getting any result because you are targeting the wrong keyword. So you need to understand that your audience is very important, because if you are targeting the wrong audience, you are just throwing your money at Google, and Google will be smiling while you'll be crying because you will become poorer for doing the wrong thing. So you don't want to find yourself in that situation. You want to be very sure you are doing the right thing so that you can get the money and be smiling to the bank. So the next one here is, if you are driving traffic to your membership subscription website, it will be a complete waste of your budget to retarget ads to people who have already joined your subscription plan unless you are upselling them. This is very simple. If you are trying to drive traffic to a website where you want people to subscribe to a yearly plan on your website, the only reason why you will want to retarget them is probably you want to upsell them. Now, if you are not upselling them, and maybe I saw your advert yesterday and I joined your membership, I subscribe to your website, and next week I start seeing your advert again, are you not wasting your money? You are definitely wasting your money, because I already subscribed to your membership plan, and you should be using that money you are still using to serve advert to me to reach new audiences that will be interested in your membership subscription, so that you can get more people to subscribe to your membership plan and make more money from your advert. However, I have seen a lot of people wasting their money retargeting people who have already converted on their website. It doesn't matter whether this is subscription-based business or maybe e-commerce or whatsoever. If you are retargeting to the wrong audience, you are wasting your money, and this is not going to be good for your business. So what do I have next? You can look at this. You need to understand your audience. You need to understand the platform you want to use. You need to know what is working and what is not working. Your audience could be searching on Google. They could be watching videos on YouTube. They could be playing video games on app, and they could be reading articles on websites like ojasweb.com. You need to learn about them, and you need to know the right thing to do in order to get their attention to buy or become your customer. If you are not doing any of this, you are definitely making the 4 simple mistakes that makes Google Ads sucks, and you will be among the people who will be burning their money, calling every opportunity scam, making Google richer and becoming poorer, and at the end of the day, they are out of business because they are not doing the right thing. That is why you need to take note of all these 4 sinful mistakes so that you can start making money on Google Ads, and you can start getting your conversion as low as $0.3 per conversion. I believe you have learned something in this video, and on this note, I would like to hand over the mic to Mr. Patrick Ogidi. Thanks for staying tuned.
Wonderful presentation there, Mr. Ojajuni. 4 deadly mistakes. I mean, if somebody avoids this 4 deadly mistakes, what it means is that the person would instantly be doing the right thing that would get them good results with Google Ads. Wonderful. And of course, even if you don't make 1.2 billion naira, I mean, what about making $1 million every month? I understand in the course of the presentation, even some persons were even putting it in the chat box. You know, some persons are actually scared of these numbers. But the truth is, don't get it wrong. He's running some kind of agency, so his figures may be big. So I took my time in the course of that presentation doing something that will even benefit you more. You know, I broke down all these things so that it won't sound all this bing, bing, BBB for us, right? And you want to see that I actually have snapped it and I'm adding it in this presentation. You know, I'm adding it in this presentation, but I know right now, you'll get it here, don't worry. I know right now what you're thinking. Oh, what about the Google Ads Pro checklist you promised? I'm going to get you that. You're going to get that. I promise that. I don't promise and fail. So you're going to get that so that you can start implementing. Of course, you have to promise me that. You have to start implementing that almost immediately. But before I get that across to you, before I send you the link, before I pop out the link somewhere on the screen so that you can go download it, all right, I have a very important question. Somebody actually asked this question again in the comment section, and it means that the person didn't really pay close attention. And the person asked, will this work for e-commerce? Will this work for e-commerce? Well, if you must know, he used a particular slide to explain this, but I'm going to bring back that slide. He said the success has been replicated on e-commerce websites multiple times, as you will see below. Right? That means the person didn't really pay attention. So maybe you have to just pay attention going forward right now. So he said, this is actually from Mr. Jajuni. He said, this success has been replicated on e-commerce websites multiple times. All right, you talked about using them to build your list, sell your courses, send lists to your membership sites and all that. But then he also said, this success has been replicated on e-commerce websites multiple. That means you, as an income business owner, you can use this 100% and get huge results. And he went ahead to give some proofs, right? This guy says this guy has he did over 113 million naira in revenue, spending 10 million naira. 113 million naira, spending 10 million naira. we'll get to the maths, don't worry. Then the second one, he did over 81 million naira, spending 6 million naira. This is a snapshot from his Google AdWords account, right? Now, he spent 10 million naira in ad to generate 130 million. And then he spent 6 million naira in ad again to generate 81 million naira. And I went on with my pen to break it down for you that is watching me right now. I've known my list and my audience for a long time. I've been with some of them for over 10 years. So I know what really works for them. I know how to fine tune it and bring it down to where they will understand, right? So I went ahead to do something with my pen. This had to do with pen, not typing. And I said, he spent 6 million naira to get 81 million naira revenue, right? That goes to say, mathematically, even though I don't know maths, but I know money, yeah, that goes to say that if he has spent just 1 million, each 1 million naira he spends, he get 13.5 million naira. Now, I know more than 1,000 of people listening to me right now have a million naira to spend in advertising, so long they have something that works. All right, they have a million naira to spend in advertising, but their concern is will it get results. Now, if you're spending a million naira and you're getting 13.5 million, won't you want to do that often and on and make 13.5 M often and on? Now, let's assume you don't even have a million naira. You have just 500k to spare. Now, imagine spending 500k in advertising, in Google advertising, and you are getting 6.75 million. Wonderful. Like, you're spending less than a million, half a million, and you're getting 6.7. Anytime you put in 500k, you get 6.75 million. That's huge. All right. Now, again, some person will say, that money is too big, Mr. Pat. What about 100k, Ogbeni? You're spending 100k and you're getting 1.35 million. That is out of it. Like, that's out of the world. Or the small money guys that want to be putting in their 50k will say, how much will my 50k get for me? Imagine you're spending 50,000 naira and you're getting 675k. How many? Won't you start spending 100, and from 100, 500, from 100, 1 million? And then some persons who think they are on the lowest cadre or whatever say, oh, I have just a 5k now, waiting, I want you to run this ad. Imagine now following everything it teaches today and maybe more, and then you're spending 25k and then bringing back 337,000 naira. I mean, these figures are wonderful. Now, for that guy spending 10 million, let's not even go to the breakdown. 10 million to do 113 million. That means from every 25k, he gets to 82,000 naira. This, by every standard, is a powerful, wonderful result. Averagely, 25k, 310 brings in 310k. 50,000 brings in 620k. 100,000 brings in 1.1 million naira, and 1 million naira in ad spend brings in 11 million naira. Ladies and gentlemen, do you still have that question? Will this system work for e-commerce? You definitely know the answer. The answer is nowhere close to no. The answer is emphatic yes. But then, what if we decide to now take this a step further to make even all these things he has been talking about a mistake, not just the mistake right now, all the bits and pieces involved in pulling up a profitable Google ad, right? Let me use it that way. All the bits and pieces involved in having a Google, profitable Google ad, like from somebody who has spent over, $2.5 million in ads and generated over, 1.3 billion naira in the last 6 months. Like, if it tells you he has a bits and bits of everything that makes a successful ad, what you shouldn't do not to get banned, how to sell, even those your products that you think Google doesn't like, all those banned products, adult products which are killers right now, right? What if we take this a step further for you and even simplify it even more? Like a step that will mean not only just running anyhow ad, I call them Jankara ad, by the hit and run marketers, right? You practically watch how the 1.2 billion naira revenue man does it. You copy him blind, like Imumu, copy him, so long you're getting results, no problem. His tweaks, his secrets, plus the support, and that's even very, very important. Because you could have the tweaks, the whatever, without his support, you might run into hitches, something that he will just say, go this way, and that solves it. You will just be stuck, right? That support is something else. It's even priceless, as a matter of fact. How cool is that? Imagine having this 1.2 billion naira revenue man help you drop everything in bits and pieces, so that you won't be left to the mercy of Mark Zuckerberg. All right? You have an option that is even bigger, because you have the tools to make it work. Before now, you may not have it. You may have tried and failed, or you may not have tried before, but you have something that makes this work. And if that is the case, then you shouldn't be a slave to anybody, right? Now, is that something you'll be interested in? Put in S in the comment section. Put in S in the comment section, and I will know that yes, you actually want to do. Is that something you'll be interested in? Is that something you'll be interested in? Remember, this thing I'm talking about will lead to having real proofs like this. All right, this is about 49, not showing real well, but it's 49,000 conversions generated in less than 6 months at 175 naira per conversion. When you say conversion, it means maybe filling the form, clicking on it, as in filling the form, doing something of value in on your funnel. All right. Now imagine getting results like this. And guess what? He has been doing this on the ground for close to 5 years now and charging 7 figures. When I say charging 7 figures, the few persons, as a matter of fact, he doesn't even like being in the teaching side. He likes being, he has an agency where they pay him millions to handle their advertising. Now you may not have that million to pay. Maybe I'm assuming you may have, but I'm assuming you just want something to do on your own, or have somebody learn it and then do it, right? You have been doing this on the ground, and the results have been marvelous, awesome, like you've been seeing. And guess what? Even the white guys even have started seeing him as Babanla. This is a message from one of them. He said his name is Mark S, and he says he's from United States. He said, first, I want to say thank you. I really like your course. That's actually a course, yeah. Then thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Then Mark comes again. No worries. If I had your videos a few years ago, my life would be very different. Now, you have the right to maybe have this video or have this training or have Mr. Jajuni coach you. Would you want to come back years later and say, oh, Mr. Jajuni, if I have your videos, when I heard it first from Mr. Pat, my life would have been different. You don't want to take that chances, because the life you would live enjoyingly, is not something compared to life you live gnashing teeth and being at somebody's mercy. Now, what pricks me more about this whole thing is that this guy has been on the ground for 5 years. I respect that a lot. It's not easy when you're getting a result and you keep cool. Some persons will shout to the heavens, and the truth is most of those guys who shout to the heavens are empty. Yes. Alright, he has been on the ground for 5 years, but I had to now come and drag him out and twist him to extend this to my subscribers. I love my subscribers a lot, no matter what you think. And it's going to be for just one time. And it's going to be for those people who are tired of Facebook monopoly, who want to have an option, or who haven't even started at all, who are newbies, who want to really have something, I want to do it best at the first try. But then again, I have to be sure that it's something you really want, not me trying to force you something. Is this something you want? If yes, put yes in the chat box. I just need one and I'll continue. Is this something you want? Yes, yes, or no, no. Yes, I see that. Yes, awesome. Now, if it's not something you want, I just let this go and then end the training here and maybe give you what I just promised, and that ends there. But I guess I'm having a lot of yeses right now, and because of that, I'm going to be letting in what is on the next slide. How Mr. Jajun is going to be helping you become, even if you're not doing 1.3 billion, what about 1 million, 2 million monthly, right? Now, if that is actually what you seek for and what you want, here is a bit of the contents inside this sensitive offer. It's actually sensitive because in one time, I may not talk about it again. This offer, which we've tagged the Google Ad Beast Gab, the Google Ad Beast, and inside the Google Ad Beast, there are 3 things, right? He sells these 3 things separately. He said he teaches them separately, but I said no. If it is about people coming from me, I want them to have it and have it in abundance. So what I want is all those 3 things that make up Google advertising, make a successful Google advertising. Although you can use each of them on separate, but I want the 3 in one. So I get him to put the 3 together. And the first, segment in that 3 is the Google Display Advertising Mastery. This is something he sells for 6 figures alone. All right. And in the Google Display Advertising Mastery, he shows you the fastest way to understand everything about Google Display Ad Network. Google advertising is not Facebook, like he said. So if you bring in Facebook game into the Google, you will fail woefully and you lose money. And he said that's actually what 98% of people in a part of the world do. They come into Google advertising with a Facebook mindset, and then they fail. And then they go, oh, it's a scam. They don't get a result and all that. You don't get a result, but people are getting a result. You don't get a result, and Google is the topping #1 website, go-to website, right? Then you learn the pro-recommended way to create Google display campaigns. By default, Google wants you to follow their own. And according to him, he said their own is, if you follow it, you are going to fail. Of course, Google wants to make more money, because the more you make mistakes with Google, the more Google makes money. And that's what they want. But then you also have a choice not to follow that. But then, do you know it? So he'll be showing you the pro-recommended way to create your Google campaign. And then it shows you, you discover the no-fail strategy for creating ad groups and the ads proper. How to create ad groups and the ads proper. He shows you how to not follow the Google recommended one-way method. That one way is not a bad thing, man. And it's actually the reason a lot of people fail. And they don't want you, who knows about this already, to fail or to follow that route. Yeah? And if you're to chart these, those figures you see in red at the individual figure if you want him to show you that separately, right? Now he shows you how to go about audience insights. He calls it audience insight demystified. Audience insight means that you will know who to target. Like he talked about in his training, you know, you selling this and then you are targeting people, the wrong people, right? Or you selling the right product and targeting the wrong audience, or having the right audience and targeting with the wrong products. So you have to get the two right. So there's a tool inside of Google AdWords. Remember, Google, people go to Google to search, and Google have all their information. Most of this time when you search, you are logged into our YouTube, our Gmail. So Google have your information. He knows your behavior. He knows where you like to go. He has your map history. Here you've been going to, so long you have Google installed on your phone, so you can't run away from that. Now, these are those data that they make available in their audience insight, and you can use that data to find the kind of people who want your product, so that you can go directly to them and get them to buy your product without wasting money on people who are not interested. So he demonstrates how to use a little known powerful insight tool that helps you have thorough understanding of your market, so that you save money and have even better results. This, according to him, just to show you this over Zoom, it will cost you about 75,000 naira. Then he shows you how to understand audience and content targeting on display network. Display network, you choose site you want to add to be on. That's display network, and he'll show you how to really go about that. You know, this reveals the advanced targeting options on Google Ads and helps users understand which one is best for them to go for. And according to him, this goes for 37,000 naira. And that's not all. He shows you how to find the best metrics that matters most for your campaign. Forget every other thing. Those ones that matters most are the ones you concentrate on. You learn the perfect way to go about retargeting in Google Ads. You know, it shows you Google Smart Campaigns. You know, jumping into using the Smart Campaign feature without knowing the basics, you will cry, according to him. He said that word, cry, and he stressed it, right? He shows you how to track campaigns the right way, proper way to measure your Google Ads campaign performance. All right, then this on the Google Display Advertising Mastery. Now, what about another one, which is the Google Search Advertising? These are various forms of ads you can run on Google platform. Now, I forced him to get the three together in the Google Ad Beast, GAB. So, in the Google Search Advertising, you understand the Google Ads account interface and finding what you need, the recommended way to create your Google Search campaign, the proper way of creating your ad groups, the best method to create your Google Search ads like a pro, advanced keyword targeting and optimization, how to structure your Google Ads account dashboard. By default, some features might not be available by default, and when you get your Google Ads account dashboard, but then there's a way to now rearrange your dashboard to have all those vital features that will help you get a better ad. You know, yeah, he shows you all that. Find the best metrics that matters most in your campaign, and proper way to measure your ads campaign performance, and that is on the Google Search Advertising Mastery. Now, on the fixing payment issue and account suspension, because this is one area again that drives people crazy, he has the Otapia, what actually solves this issue once and for all. So he said he shows you the recommended way to create Google Ads accounts if you do not want to run into issues. Now, if you create it the unrecommended way, you will run into issues, and you start talking about Google banning your account, or your account not having a Google account. Important things to know before setting up your billing information. Very important. Setting up your billing information proper. He takes you through all this in a video format so that you don't have to lose anything. You don't have to miss anything, right? He takes you through the reason for persistent account suspensions and how to avoid them like a leprosy patient. And then how to deal with suspicious payment activity. He said you could pay with your normal account, and then you see Google send you an email and say suspicious payment activity, your account has been banned. I mean, it's crazy. It's funny. The first time you receive this kind of email. But he shows you how to really go deal with that, right? What to do when when the Google Ads account or website is suspended. Very, very important. And then the proper way plus lots more. Alright, plus lots more. There are lots of them. I don't want to really list all of them here. And if you put all these things together, there's about 452,000 naira in total real value. I mean, when you want to go for all these things one after the other. But here is the grand plan. Remember, I'm the grand commander, so I've come with a grand plan. The Google Ad Beast will only take 25 super serious persons. When I say super, it means people who actually want a change of everything for themselves. 25 super serious persons. Not whiners. Not people who think you owe them jack. Not whiners, right? Not entitlement triplets. People who think you owe them. Who think, I get a lot of them every day. People who think you actually owe them for being alive, for being you who you are. I don't know what the connection is. You're not my son. You're not even my sibling. Alright? Whatever I want to do for you is kind of a charity. And then you're making it look like I owe you. It's not for them. So if you are one of them, so back out, go. Don't come in here. This is Google advertising and not Facebook advertising, right? Just for 25 super serious, ambitious folks, and that's what we're going to take. No gimmicks here, no marketing games. Once the 25 persons go, that's it. If anything would ever make it come back, then anyone who may want to come in by then must be paying heavily to get access. In his terms now, not me. I won't be involved at that time. But for today, I've gone ahead to make sure there's no same reason you would say you don't want this. There's no same reason not to come into the Google Ad Biz today. Like, even deep down your spirit, say, man, but I can actually just come in here. I want to give myself excuse. If you're doing that, you're doing yourself, and that's very okay, and that's fine. Right? I have actually gone ahead to force my friend, a renowned Google certified partner. Google had their stamp on him to allow us go way, way low today and offer a whooping 91% discount. And what that means is that you're not going to be paying 452,500 naira. That is the real value. Even if you go ahead and pay that right now, you have it, because when you run 2-3 hours, you make your money back, and then you're good. You have the idea in your head. You can even teach it. You can even start your own ad agency, whatever. I'm gonna be, but I've gotten him to really agree. I think I forced him to do this, and he said it's just for the 25 persons, and our contract is off. To pay 39,997, and that's like whooping 91% discount. That means you are paying just 9% of this whole thing. You're not paying 452,500, just 9% of it, which is about 39,997, right? For all these things that I've listed earlier on here. So take advantage right now. Click on the link that shows up below or by the side of this presentation, right? Right now, a link should pop out below or by the side of this presentation. Click on that link, or if somehow you're not seeing the link to click, pop out your browser, go to patrickogidi.com/GAB. patrickogidi.com/GAB, and you can take advantage right now. No matter what time it is for you in your part of the world, you can take advantage right now. No excuses at all. And if you click on that link right now, either by the one that shows up by the right hand side if you're on PC, or below the video if you're on mobile, or you go to patrickogidi.com/GAB, you'll if you take action right now, if you go click on that link and take action right now, it will give you access to an awesome bonus. Remember, you are still qualified for a bonus for watching till the end of this training, but I'm going to give you extra bonus if you take advantage of this right now in the course of this presentation. I got one of his material, and I forced him to really let you get it. He sells about very heavily, expensive, priceless. He calls it priceless, right? He calls it a Google Ask for Nigerian, getting it right from starts. Nobody wants to make mistake and lose money before you learn the real thing. So it's better you kick off. This is like a something that a textbook that you have to consult, and then you know that you have everything going. It's actually a 46 page of insightful step-by-step PDF guide with illustrations, demos, checklists, and straight to the point examples. You don't, as in, it's not something to even contest. This is something solid you don't want to miss, right? And if you get access right now, you get a chance of getting this for free. The value, the priceless, is priceless, as you can see. So altogether, you are getting 452,500 naira worth of stuffs, plus the priceless Google Ask for Nigerians book, getting it right from start, for just 39,997. But that's only if you act fast and join the first 25 persons. So take advantage right now. Go to the link below or by the side of this presentation, or simply type in the link in your browser right now, patrickogidi.com/GAB. All right. If you do that right now, you're going to be getting that free book for free. Now, let's think of it this way. If all this Gap offered it for you was help you permanently become free from Marcus and Zuckerberg's slave ship, would it be worth it? If it helps you increase your results by 5 times, would it be worth it? If you make your life a peaceful and unpressured one, devoid of unnecessary fear of ad ban, would it be worth it? If it will, sincerely, then take advantage right now. Click on the link that shows up somewhere on your screen right now, or go to patrickogidi.com/GAB, and if you click on that link again right now, you will see a page that looks like this. You see a page that looks like this, right? You have 2 options of payment. Option 1 is the bank option. You can do a transfer, *737, whichever way you want to do it. It's okay, it's perfectly fine, right? But after that, make sure you send an email to gab@patrickogidi.com, so that we will get back to you within 6 hours. It doesn't even get 6 hours. We'll get back to you as fast as possible, sometimes instantly, right? But then again, if for some reason you don't like to wait, like me, then you want to go with option 2, which is 100% risk-free and very safe. CBN backed. CBN will not back them up here if they are not free, if they are not safe, right? So what happens there is you click on the click here to pay now, and it takes you to a page that looks like this. Here you simply just fill in your details and click on pay now. And then you have 3 options of payment. The first one is putting your card details, 100% legit. So you put in your card details, put the expiry date, it's 100% legit. Nobody has your card details, it's CBN approved. If not, they will not approve that. So you click on pay now, right? Or you do, you click on the bank option, and you have some couple of banks, they log into their internet banking and you pay directly from there. Or remember, they will take only the amounts listed here. They won't even add 1 naira, else they go to jail. They won't try that, right? Or use the USSD option, whichever way that's okay by you. Whatever way, at the end of it, you get to a page. At the end of it, upon successful payment, you get a page that looks like this. So simply just put in your name on your email and click on send me the details, and you get an email. Please check your spam folder. It should be in your inbox, but if it's not, check your spam folder also. If it's not, go fill the form again and make sure your email is correct. And then in this email, you can now click on the link to get access to the materials, and you start enjoying. That's how simple and straightforward this is. So wherever you are in the world, you can actually take advantage of it, no matter what time it is for you. I know I have a lot of students outside our continent, in North America, in Asia, in Europe. Wherever time it is for you, you can click on this, you can get access without having to talk to me, without having to talk to anybody, unlike the option 1, right? Now you're left with 2 choices. First option, do nothing and don't take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free. Or you pony up this small investment today compared to all the values you get in return and give it a shot. If you get access right now, I assure you it will be a wise choice because your life will change as a result. But if not, no problem. So that's how they say it. It's a choice, actually, and we're going to be respecting that choice. But remember, it's just 39,997. Now, this guy sells each of these courses for, one of them costs even 39,997. I think his figure should be more than 100,000 naira for 3 of them. But here, I'm twisting him to let you get access at 39,997. And you're getting all these things, 452,500 naira in value, plus the Google Ads for Nigerian book, which is priceless. All right? And if you get access right now, you are getting this right now. Remember, right now in the course of the presentation. So, it's up to you. Either you miss out of this 45,500 naira in value, or plus the Google Ads for Nigerian stuff for just 39,000 naira, or you get it right now. And to get it, click on the link that just show up somewhere on your screen by the right hand side if you're on the PC, or below the video if you're on mobile, or go to patrickogidi.com/gap. If you get access now, I assure you it will be a wise choice for it. Right now, there's a couple of questions here which I've actually put together. I'm going to be asking him now the question so that he throw more light on them, maybe 2-3 minutes. And if we don't take your question actually, then we would have to reply to them via email. Okay, thank you, Mr. Oluwole. I don't know how to pronounce that name. It's always very difficult for me. But I'm not Yoruba, by the way. Thank you for that presentation once again. And we have a lot of questions here. But like I said, I'm not going to make this a very long one, just short. So I've itemized those questions, maybe 2 or 3, as much as I can pick, so that you can throw more light on them before we call it a day. Okay, so the first question there is, people asking, having the concerns of not using Google before, like they've not used Google Ads before. Then they're not asking, is the course, which is the Google Ads Beast, GAB, if it can actually benefit them, if it can actually be of good benefit to them.
That is a very good question. From I expected that question from anyone. Even if you have been using Google Ads before, I expected that question because I've had people asking different questions. In fact, many people compare Google to Facebook when it comes to advertising because probably one is easier for them than the other. But let me just quickly say that even if you have never advertised on the internet before, even if you have not even posted advert on maybe WhatsApp status or Classify or whatever, right. If you are coming to the internet to advertise, the best place you should go to, I'm not going to lie to you, the best place is actually Google if you want to advertise your business, because for the past 10 years, Google has remained the #1 website in the world. And even if I want to ask you about your name, if you can't answer me quickly, I can even refer you to Google to ask about your name so that you can give answer to your name. So exactly. Google is the #1 place, and it is actually easy, and it's the best option for everyone if you want to advertise, even if you have never advertised before.
Awesome. Now, there's also this concern about, is it not, won't it be too, too complex? Is it something a newbie, somebody who can really click a mouse, or just somebody who's just new to the internet, let's put it that way? Is it something they can actually just do, or do they have to go, take a course in Lagos Business School,
Yeah, there's one thing that I usually tell people. This is where the opportunity actually is. If it is too simple for everybody, you might likely not get the best result from that platform, because that platform will be abused, will be completely abused. And that is the beauty of Google. Because Google is not that easy for everybody to just jump in and start dumping their offers, that makes it the best place for any serious marketer who want to get the best result for their business. So if you go to Google and you know the right thing, just like we showing you everything you need to do, and you get it right, forget about it. It's not about the complexity, but when you get it and you see someone who can take you along the way and show you everything you needed to get it right on Google, it's going to work perfectly well for you. And when you start using it, you will realize that the platform is actually very easy and there's not any form of complexity as far as I know about Google.
Awesome. And there's also this concern about affiliate marketers. There are a lot of affiliate marketers right now, people who sell local, who play the local affiliate marketing thing, and people who do the international affiliate thing. Now they are concerned because the almighty Facebook, they know frown at affiliate offers. Now, is it the same with Google? Can they use it to run affiliate offers as well?
Yeah, there's one thing that I usually there's one thing that happened in 2018, because I know almost all the affiliate marketers, affiliate platforms allow you to advertise their offer either using Google or using a Facebook or other platform available. But since 2018, there has been a lot of changes on on Google particularly. And if you have been using Google before, you might just notice that you can no longer use Google to advertise your affiliate product, and that has been a major concern for a lot of people. But interestingly, even as at this moment, I have a lot of offers, even offers that are even not supported by Google at all. I have a lot of them running at the moment without any problem. And as a matter of fact, I even have some I have been running since 2018 up to now without any challenge on Google. So forget about whatever people are telling you about maybe Google is not supporting one thing or the other. What I want to tell you is that there's a way we have been doing these things and it has been working for us. So there's no problem about that. Whether you are selling, even if you are selling gun, you will still be able to advertise it on Google.
Awesome. Good.
So that is it.
All right. Okay. There's another concern again. A lot of people on my list actually, I'm looking at their questions here. They are Nigerian internet marketers, right? They're asking, does this work for Nigerians? Can Nigerians use this to target Nigerians? And I'm like, I can't even answer that question because you made mention in the presentation that it works for e-commerce. Like you can use it to sell e-com products, especially even those products Facebook found out. So yes, it's very good for Nigeria. It's more like asking if Nigerians actually use Google. That's if Nigerians actually go to
as a matter of fact,
yeah,
I'm a Nigerian, and I can say I'm one of the first 10 Google partners in Nigeria. So when I have some quarterly business review with Google representatives, and the question they ask me is that you are in Nigeria, you are doing better than all your peers in this particular market. How are you doing it? I am telling you this. You can say I'm right in Nigeria. My name, I'm a Yoruba guy, and I'm telling you this. I'm not in America telling you that this is going to work. I'm using every demonstration.
Where is your president?
So everything I use as a demonstration in my courses is actually targeted to Nigerians 100%, which means that you don't have a problem that you will not be seeing. The course you are going to be watching is something using American solution to solve Nigerian. It's not like that. We are using Nigerian solution to solve Nigerian problem, and that is telling you that whatever I'll be showing you as far as Google Ads is concerned is going to work 100% for Nigeria. So we are talking about Nigerian market, so no doubt about that.
Awesome. Now there's one other question again. I think that's going to be the last. And I understand their concerns. It's normal, right? People are asking. We bought a lot of courses. We've had a lot of promises. People telling us this and all, telling us that. Buying your course is not a problem. We're ready to get it. Somebody said, you know. But then it's talking about support, and I understand support is very important because, I mean, even if you want to record everything in your head in the course, I mean, it's never just possible because sometimes idea comes to you and it's just that. Maybe in the next 10 minutes, the idea may not be there. So that is why support is very important. Now, people want to know, would you be available for support? And what kind of support? You have to define it so that they don't think that you expect them to come to their house to come and give them the support. So if you be giving them support, what kind of support? So they understand beforehand.
One of the good things about my trainings, either one-on-one training or maybe you take my video course, one of the good things about it is that I actually offer continuous update on my courses, and that is one of the beauty of this, because there are many people there selling courses, because I actually seen people asking that what is the difference between your course and the other things, and I tell you, this is my work, this is what I've been doing for a very long time, and that this is what I do every day. So my courses are courses that I continuously update them, and I give you the latest. And when I'm even, you know, there's difference between someone who just see something and you see that there's opportunity to make money here, and they just go ahead and just pack everything and put it to you and maybe collect 1,000 naira, as we've seen on Facebook. It's different from someone who is actively engaging in this and know everything. You ask a question, you even ask some people, what is CPA? They will be telling you is bit. They don't even know how to explain to you. So how will you get the right solution to your problem from those people? So that is why I provide 100% support for people, and I also make a forum available so that if there's anything you can't get to me, maybe via my phone at any particular time, you can just log into that forum, then you ask your question, and I will provide answer to that question. And when there's new update, you also get the update on your email. So that is the main thing we have made available for everybody.
That's massive. Like you have a forum where people can come sign up, like customers come sign up and they can, you know, ask questions. And
exactly.
So that's good. And thank you very much for having you. And yeah, we promise to give them a checklist. So if you check right now, somewhere on the screen, I think by the right hand side, if you're on PC, and if you're mobile below, you will see a link to click on the link and you can download the checklist. And don't forget, go to patrickogidi.com/GAD to grab the course. And like I said earlier, if you don't grab it right now and you go to him and he closes and you go to him directly, you can't tell me, you can't invite me to come and help you, beg him to get it, the three of them at the same price, at the price I'm getting it now. It's a one-time offer. I know what it took me to have him agree to that, and I don't want to come up to him again like an ungrateful person. So once again, thank you, Mr. Oluwole. Yeah, I think I got it right.
Very much, bros.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, bros. I appreciate. Yeah.
Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you. If we didn't cover your question, no problem. We will do our best to reply to them in detail via email. Or if you still have any of them at the end of this presentation, feel free to shoot them to pat@patrickogidi.com. Thank you for having you on this presentation. I hope you take advantage and go make some figures with this. It is possible because he can do it. He's just a normal guy. You can do even better. Hope to see you soon, and thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye-bye.